Smile, John.
Good evening. It's Sunday, July 6, 2025. It's my distinct pleasure and honor to be speaking with Mr. John J. Jeckovich. How are you doing today?
Very good, thank you.
I see you have a new fashion designer outfit on. I haven't seen that one before.
This?
That was shipped right in from Russia.
Yeah, that was hanging around the closet.
Yeah, with the 2,000 other shirts. This guy has got more shirts than a male model in New York City.
Oh, come on, dude, come on.
Yeah. So how are you feeling today?
Oh, good.
You're looking well.
Yeah.
Did you like the fireworks display yesterday?
No, I didn't watch it.
But you heard them.
Yeah, well, I only heard two.
That's all?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the stuff is winding down. Mr. Jeckovich was from Company H, the 2nd Battalion of the 291st Regiment of the 75th Infantry Division of the U.S. Army during World War II.
And those are normal times then.
Yes.
These people are crazy now.
Yes. Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is a gift. Right? Today's a gift, right?
Yeah.
Listen, boys and girls, it's a short dance around the sun. Enjoy every single day. Don't take it for advantage. Don't take it for advantage of it. And don't take it for granted. It's tough. Because Mr. Jeckovich said he blinked his eyes at 20, and now he's 100 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where'd 100 years go? Where did 80 years go, I should say? Where'd they all go, Mr. Jeckovich?
Huh?
80 years, where'd they go?
Oh, yeah, where'd they go?
Wow. So you're looking well today, Mr. Jeckovich.
Thank you.
Like every day we have a stack of mail, we have a stack of text messages, and we have a lot of reading today. Would you like me to read or try to get to some of the text messages?
What's the reading?
The reading, we're the second time around in your book.
No, get the text messages out.
Okay. Because we have a lot of them.
Yeah, well, get
Many of those are repeats, but that's okay because new listeners haven't heard us in the past, so they have a question, and it's a repetitive question that we've been asked, but we don't mind asking it again because they're new, and this might be the first time listening. So we'll read it to them. Mr. Jeckovich, what do you think is the reason for your longevity? What's your secret longevity? Genes. Besides that, you jogged for 80 years, right?
Yeah. Didn't smoke or drink.
Never took a prescription or a vitamin? You had a pretty clean life.
Well, lucky.
Yeah, there's a lot to do with luck. People don't understand. I mean, you could do everything in the world possible. You could be a vegetarian, you could jog for 60, 80 years, but still, Father Time will catch you, right?
Yeah.
No, you're not going to beat Father Time. So these younger listenings out here, enjoy every day, because no matter how clean of a life you live, Father Time will catch you. End of story. Yeah. End of story. And sometimes it doesn't go down easy. Father Time is many times cruel. So enjoy yourself today and try to keep your best health together. Let's see. It says here you were drafted in World War II and you weighed 187 pounds. How much you weigh now?
151.
You have a lot of catching up to do.
Never happened.
But in a way, it's a good thing because you can fit into your World War II uniform very loosely compared to most people. When they get old, they get heavy, and they can't fit into their former combat fighting uniforms. They just can't do it. It said here that in your draft documents, most of Mr. Jeckovich's Army documents burned up in a mega fire in St. Louis many years ago. So piece by piece we've been putting together some of his documents, but most are burned, right?
Yeah.
big fire. It says here when you were drafted, you were living at 3063 Orleans
Yeah,
Avenue.
beautiful
Niagara
city
Falls.
then. Beautiful city.
Explain to us, tell us what it was like then.
It was a beautiful city. Well kept lawns, people were good, neighbors were good.
And how would it be now?
It's all right. It's gone. It's gone. Depilated. It's gone.
Yeah. Interesting enough, 100 years ago or so, when his father, Marion Jeckovich, immigrated legally to the United States, to Ellis Island, most of the Polish, Russian, and Italian immigrants settled in Buffalo or Niagara Falls, right?
Mostly Niagara Falls, yeah.
At one time,
yeah.
At one time it's hard to believe, but the fact is, one time Buffalo, New York, had more millionaires in Buffalo than any other city. Hard to believe, but that was a fact back then. 100 years ago or so, Niagara Falls, New York, was termed as the honeymoon capital of the world.
Oh, yeah.
You think anyone's going there now for honeymoon?
Probably, yeah, probably.
But what do the streets look like in Niagara Falls, New York?
It's desolated.
Would you feel safe
No,
of what you've seen?
there's nobody living there.
Yeah. So it used to be called a city with population of 60,000 plus. Now the population's under 15,000, and it's referred to now as a village. You think they ever could bring it back?
No, never bring it back. No.
So a mile across the bridge, how's Niagara Falls, Ontario?
Beautiful, still beautiful.
It was beautiful then, and it's beautiful now.
Yeah. What they do that we didn't do.
What did you think?
They didn't get off the rest of the work.
But what did you think destroyed Niagara Falls, New York?
Crime.
Crime. And the people running it.
Yeah.
Who were the type of people running it?
Henchmen.
Yeah. Mafia.
All the way to New York City.
Yeah, they destroyed it.
Yeah.
And they left the thing in crumbles.
Nobody's doing anything about it though.
No, I don't know who would know how to do anything about it. Everything's boarded up, vacated. I'll give you an example. Mr. Jeckovich had a thriving laundromat. Where was that laundromat exactly?
Second and Niagara Street.
What's that?
Second and Niagara Street.
Second and Niagara Street is a thriving, beautiful laundromat. And an interesting fact about it, on those neighborhoods there, business neighborhoods, there was over 200 small mom and pop businesses, Italians and Polish primarily, selling all kinds of things, selling delicatessen goods, sundries, motorcycle shop, anything you can imagine was sold in those 2 or 3, 4 city blocks. 200 small businesses. And Mr. Jeckovich had a thriving laundromat, and it was called Duplex Giant Wash.
21 minutes.
Could you tell us a little bit about Duplex Giant Wash?
It was a beautiful place. I loved working there.
You loved working there, yeah.
Had it open for 18 years.
And when you opened that door, it never closed. It was 24/7.
No, the light never turned off.
And tell us about your customers.
Customers, they were poor, but they were more gentle, more kinder.
They were kind people.
I didn't get the people that had the money, no.
They had respect.
Yeah.
And why did people come? What was your selling point? Why did they come to your place?
Because they didn't have a wash machine.
Plus being impeccably clean,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Now, how do you think today a laundromat would go?
Wouldn't go.
Wouldn't
They
work.
tear it apart.
Tear it apart.
Trying to get it in a money changer.
Yeah, you're right. I just read in New York City, 47 mom and pop laundromats were completely destroyed, vandalized.
Yeah.
All the money changers were busted wide open. And the fact remains that these 47 mom and pop laundromats do not have the financial backing to start again. So they're gone.
Yeah.
But getting back to Niagara Falls, there's 200 beautiful small mom and pop type businesses there. And the government came in and they bulldozed them all down. Why?
Yeah.
Why they bulldoze them?
They're going to put that stupid convention center in.
So they're going to wipe out the living of 200 beautiful families, Polish and Italian families, to grease someone's palm to put in the Civic Center. How'd that go?
That flipped too.
It flopped.
Yeah.
So now we got 200 families out of business. You got a big white elephant tax burden on the people that are left in Niagara Falls to keep the doors open of the Civic Center. Bad government.
Yeah.
Bad government.
Yeah. That's not going to change.
Bad government. I always say trust the government. Ask any Indian. Yeah. Most of these government workers are really simply incompetent slobs. They're putting in their time. They don't give a shit, or nor do they know how to do anything, generally speaking. What a bad group of people.
Oh, they'll get it on TV and see how sincere they are, what they're doing for you, and everything else.
Yeah. Yeah. I was reading now, most of your papers, I said, were burned in a government building in St. Louis. But it said here, in one of the documents I acquired, that Colonel J. Harris said to give you a $300 mustering out when you left the service so you could get your life back in, civilian life back in order. How were you paid that $300?
Month to month.
So Mr. Jeckovich, according to the Colonel Harris, he was to be given, at the end of the war, he was to be given $300, which they called mustering out pay.
He gave me $29.59 to get home on the bus.
Yeah, but the $300 was mustering out pay, and that was to get his life back in shape financially after leaving the service at a rate of $100 a month. And Mr. Jeckovich just meant the second thing he was qualified for. He was given by Colonel Harris $29 for what?
For bus fare home.
Bus fare here. How long did that bus take?
From Buffalo to Niagara Falls.
Yeah. So there's your payment. This is not a guy that sat around on a bench whittling sticks. This man here was drafted as a teenage boy. He was shot in the shoulder by a sniper, beat up, stabbed.
Lost a hip,
beat up, stabbed, hit by a dirty bomb, which he still has shrapnel in his body. If he goes to an airport, what happens?
They called me in.
Yeah, because all the alarms go off. He's got so much damn metal in his body, you got to have a slip in your back pocket, right?
Yeah, I have a slip to give him.
And a slip explains
What
how you
happened?
got all this metal in your body. Trench foot, frostbite. You suffer from frostbite now?
Oh yeah, I've got it right now. I'll have it worse tonight.
Holy shit. How many, that's 80 years of pain. How many, and you heard about his mustering out pay. And let me ask you, what is your pain level right now
For what?
for your frostbite?
It's about 12.
No shit. Yeah, and you heard about his mustering out pay. And this is not an ordinary soldier. Let me tell you more. We obtained these documents out of the fire too. Mr. Jeckovich, as a teenage boy, was drafted in World War II. He didn't sit around whittling wood. He was frontline military combat. He was awarded the Bronze Star Medal. He was awarded the Purple Heart Medal. He was awarded the Army Good Conduct Medal. He was awarded the American Campaign Medal.
15.
He was awarded the European, African, Middle Eastern Campaign Medal with 3 Bronze Service Stars. He was awarded the World War II Victory Medal, Army of Occupation Medal, and Germany Clasp. He was awarded the Combat Infantry Badge. He was awarded the Sharpshooter Badge with carbine, pistol, and machine gun bars. He was awarded the Marksman Badge with rifle bar. He was awarded the Honorable Service Lapel Button, World War II.
Where is all that stuff now?
You tell me, where are your medals?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never.
Who knows?
Where are they?
Who knows?
Well, so this is no ordinary soldier. We call him a super soldier. 100 years old, look at him. Reads 3 newspapers in the morning, including the Wall Street Journal and the New York Times, with no glasses. He could shake your hand with the power of his right hand, and he could knock you to the ground. This is what we call a humble hero, the super soldier, the greatest generation of all time. We didn't know about all this until 3 years ago. The guys on the front line that are in the action, the daily action, don't talk. You never talked. Who talks? Rear echelon?
Yeah.
Yeah. The guys that did all the talking back then are the rear echelon, the guys that do the typing and never carried a weapon, never shot somebody, was never wounded. So those are the guys that talk. But now Mr. Jeckovich is knocking on the door of 100. He was born in 1925, and here we are at 2025. So Mr. Jeckovich right now is knocking on the door of 100.
Yeah.
Take a look at the shape he's in.
Nobody in this place is 100 years old. I'm the only one.
No, I don't know a 100-year-old person. And all my listeners, hey, if you know a person 100, I want to hear you in their text. Because I've been searching for someone 100 and I can't find them. This guy is tough. 100 years old. Do you know of anyone 100?
No.
Holy shit. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. You beat the system, that's for
Takes a
sure.
licking and keeps on ticking.
Yeah. Say that again?
Takes a licking and keeps on ticking.
So he was awarded all these medals. And I told you after doing all this, his mustering out pay was $300. And then he got 29 bucks extra for a bus ride home. Times were different then. Times were different then. Mr. Jeckovich was in the Battle of Bulge. He was in the wrong place at the wrong time. He got caught in Bastogne. What did they tell you to do in Bastogne?
Hold
it. Psychotic Adolf Hitler was his last-ditch effort to kill American soldiers and damage the countryside. It turned out to be called the Battle of the Bulge. He sent in 600,000 troops. Hitler did, frontline infantry troops. 6,000 tanks. And he sent them through the Ardennes Forest to Bastogne. Now, let me explain about the Ardennes Forest. That was the coldest winter of record. Bar none. Ardennes Forest is a heavily populated forest. What I mean by that is the trees are very close together. So no one thought in a million years that psychotic Hitler would send an attack through the Ardennes Forest, but he did. And Mr. Jeckovich was at the wrong place at the wrong time. He was stuck in Bastogne. And his orders were from above, hold it. Hold it. And here was the problem. The weather was horrible. They could not get air support to shoot down some of the tanks and some of the Nazi soldiers. They couldn't get air support to drop down ammunition and food. They couldn't get air support to drop out tens of thousands of paratroopers they needed. They maybe needed 100,000 paratroopers. They couldn't get it. But these guys were told to hold Bastogne at any cost. 4 days later, the skies cleared. So they're able to get paratroopers and assault rifles and everything you can imagine to win the war. But by that time, the casualty rate of American boys was at 97%. All the white snow, red, blood, body parts everywhere, bombs, holes everywhere, dead bodies everywhere. They paid a great toll, but they held Bastogne. Otherwise, the war might have came out a little differently. Maybe in the United States, if they didn't hold Bastogne, the Nazis would have had a foothold, right?
Yeah.
And we might be speaking German right now or be part of the communistic country. When Mr. Jeckovich drafted into World War II, he was so young, his division were affectionately referred to as the diaper division. Because why?
They were all 33s.
Yeah, I say affectionately, and I mean that. That wasn't any derogatory term. But after holding Bastogne, Mr. Jeckovich's division, what's left of them, is now referred to, until to this day, the bloody bastards of Bastogne. The bloody bastards of Bastogne. So the war raged on maybe a few more months. Adolf Hitler committed suicide, and then Mr. Jeckovich was very, very concerned. You're going to be shipped to the Pacific now.
Yeah, I sorting that out.
They didn't need you in the European theater,
No.
because that problem's pretty well solved. But now, you were wondering, am I going to go to the Pacific? Did all the guys wonder that?
Oh, yeah.
There was one soldier that wanted to.
Patton.
General Patton, once he got bored with the European theater because the war was over, he wanted to get to the Pacific war zone as fast as possible.
Yeah, yeah.
But it didn't happen. He had an automobile accident and ended his life. An interesting thing, wars bring so much pain and misery to people. But during World War II, if you actually see real photos of Patton, he looks like a 90-year-old man. He was only in his 50s. War takes its toll.
Oh, he was in the First World War, too.
Yes, he was. He was in the First World War. War takes its toll. And families, individuals, and anything that comes in its way. Unfortunately, we've had wars for over 1,000 years. And we're going to have wars for 1,000 more years. There's no getting around it. So mothers, don't make sissies out of your boys. You never know when they'll be called upon. And if they're sissies, they won't last a day, right?
Yeah.
If you sissify those kids, they won't last a day. Don't make wimps out of them. Make the men tough. Make your boys tough. Don't ruin their lives. I know it's easy to say and hard to do, but don't ruin your lives. Wasn't your mother tough with you?
What?
Wasn't your mother tough with you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you survived the war.
Yeah.
What happened to poor Donald Lape? His mother wasn't tough with him. What happened to him?
Well, he got his head rolled off.
Donald Lape, Mr. Jeckovich's best friend in the war. Foxhole. Dirty bomb blew up above his head. What's a dirty bomb?
It's got screwdrivers, nails in it, and everything else.
A dirty bomb is a nasty thing the Nazis would put together with nails, razor blades, old wrenches, anything that could do maximum amount of damage. Bring pain, and bring misery. Well, right next to Mr. Jeckovich, the bomb was almost a direct hit on Donald Lape, blew off the young boy's head, just as eyeglasses were hanging from his ear. Mr. Jeckovich still has part of that bomb, still has part of that shrapnel
6 minutes.
in his body. And then Mr. Jeckovich wrote a glowing letter to his mother, and saying what a hero her son was, and that any consolation, he died instantly. Any consolation, he died instantly. And right after that, Donald Lape's mother, her name was Mabel Lape. Her son was also in the service, and their neighbor in New York. What part of New York?
The Waterloo.
They're also their neighbor in New York. Their neighbor's son just got killed, and the father couldn't take the news, and he instantly died of a heart attack. So this war brings so much pain and misery. But anyways, how am I going to explain the best generation in the world? Mrs. Mabel Lape is in miserable pain of all the death around her, but she sent a beautiful letter, which we recovered. We recovered this letter, and I'll read it again sometime. 80 years old. She says, Johnny, she called him Johnny. Johnny, How you doing, Johnny? I hope you stay safe. And even though Mabel Lape was in all this misery about the death of her son, she says, I'm going to put together a beautiful package for
Yeah.
you. And what did she send you?
Clothes, she gave me a wristwatch, some food.
And did you share the food with the guys?
Yeah.
So what a beautiful lady. This is the reason why we classify this generation as the greatest generation of all time. And one word keeps coming up with the family members and with the soldiers. And that word is empathy. Empathy is the glue to civilization. Empathy is the glue to humanity. That generation had not only great patriotism, but they had great empathy. Without empathy, you're walking dead. Without empathy, you're dead. I don't see many people with empathy today, do you?
No.
Kick you while you're down.
Huh?
They'll kick you while you're down today.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit. But I still believe in my heart of hearts, there's more good people than bad today. There really is. Like, for example, beautiful Amber Nicole Jeckovich. That's Mr. Jeckovich's great-great-granddaughter in her 20s. She's a full-time missionary with great empathy. And she's a full-time surfer. Surfs all around the world. I can't keep track. Even though she could open up her door in Florida, it's right on the ocean, she could roll into the sand. She visits Mr. Jeckovich 4 or 5 times a week.
Yeah.
They do nice things together. If you would Google Amber Jeckovich with John Jeckovich, you'll see nice reels they do together on the internet. It's beautiful. So that girl has great empathy. Right? Great empathy. Kind of like they did back 80, 90 years ago.
3 minutes.
Yeah. Empathy.
Empathy, yeah.
Empathy, the glue to civilization. The glue to humanity. God, I can think of a lot of your relatives, they don't have empathy.
No.
They don't have any empathy.
They don't even know what the word means.
You got a good point there.
Huh?
You got a good point there. They don't even know what the fucking word means.
Yeah.
They don't know what the fucking word means. And later in life, I hope you don't find out like Mr. Jeckovich found out. You'll find out some of the most poisonous people on earth come disguised as your relatives. Some of the most poisonous people on earth come disguised as your relative. He has a son and a so-called daughter-in-law right next door. Where the fuck are they?
Yeah.
Hiding out. Hiding out.
They don't want to bother.
Yeah, they become like a rat on a sinking ship. They'll abandon you. Rats have a sixth sense. Once they know this ship is sinking, they'll abandon you. In this case, these people, these relatives, when it involves money and putting in time, they'll abandon you like a rat on a sinking ship. Minutes.
Minute and a half.
Mr. Jeckovich, you wrote this. Let's not talk about these disgusting swines. We have a beautiful day going. The hell with them. They're sociopaths with no empathy. They're sociopaths with no empathy. You hear what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But let's talk about a beautiful book. You wrote this beautiful mega monster big book. How many pages?
849.
Yeah. Now, getting back to the text, we kind of sidetracks. But how much is this book? Where can we buy it?
Not for sale.
Not for sale. The book is not for sale now, nor ever will be for sale. Minutes?
1 minute.
It'll never be for sale. The original copy is in a World War II museum in New Orleans. Not for sale, never will be for sale. It's not about money. Mr. Jeckovich doesn't need anybody's money. He's got plenty of money.
Oh, boy.
So why was the book written? The book was written to give a younger generation a better idea how to live a simpler, more wholesome life.
Yeah, if they're reading it. The people today are different. Kids are different today.
But your ideas were there to give the younger generation a bigger and better, simpler, and the key word is a more wholesome life. That's why you wrote the book.
Yeah.
But
10
if you,
seconds.
huh?
10.
You did a great job on that book.
Yeah.
It took you a long time to write it?
No, 6 months.
How'd you write it? Yellow paper?